Hey, this is James with Turnkey Home Inspections. We're performing a sewer lateral inspection for the purchase of home. We started off at the stack in this small closet in the basement. Pushed out about 75 feet. Reached a yard trap. And let's see, go back, show you. Kind of see the back of the yard trap right there. I believe it's kind of hard to tell. I believe that's it. I believe that's the yard trap and not the city main. I did flag where this is. So we're either hitting the city main or a yard trap. We got since we got all this water right here, I can't get a clear look. I can't tell if that's a riser or if that's a city line. I believe that's a trap, and we would have to make access at the trap to get from there to the city line, or that may even be the city line, but I can't get a clear look because I go underwater right here. So I'd have to get a little bit closer to say for sure what it is we're looking at, if that's a city connection or a yard trap. My best guess is yard trap, and then so I flagged that area outside to where my camera was, and if that's a yard trap, my recommendation is to make that trap clean out accessible so you can inspect from this point on. But that is pretty close to the street, so I guess there's a possibility that that is a city line. I'll take a picture of it and put it in the report. This portion of the pipe also does look like a liner, so it looks like this was clay and then it has been lined, so that is a repair. And so now here, this reddish pipe right here, this clay pipe, a little bit of roots at that connection right there. I would check with the seller, see if they might be able to provide you more information on that repair, and if that repair was done at the city line or at the yard vent riser. So you might be able to figure out whether or not if we made it to the city line or if that was indeed a trap. Should be transitioning to cast iron. We got about 20% root right there, so we want to get that cleaned up. It's not an emergency, but you know, don't want to let that go too long. You don't want to end up with a blockage. Still classify that as minor roots. So now we transition into the cast iron. You see the cast iron has some heavy scale on it. Scaling can sometimes conceal hidden defects, cracks, but we'll do our best to try to determine the condition of the pipe. I always recommend it to have the pipe descaled and then re-inspected to get a better idea of the actual condition of the pipe. you know, the bottom left right there, that looks to me just like some scale starting to crack off, but when you get that cleaned up, you might be able to have a better idea if that's a crack starting to develop or we got some, the scales just starting to break away. So there could be a small hairline crack developing, or that could just be scale starting to break off. Clean up the stack here. Show you where we're in. Here's the access point. Like I said, we're in a small closet here in the basement. So just kind of recap. Got went in a 4-inch stack closet, 4-inch cast iron. Cast iron has scale buildup, maybe a small crack or two. Transition into clay. Clay has some minor roots, and then we transition into a portion of the clay line that has been repaired with a liner. Then we hit what is either the yard trap or the city line, unable to determine because we go underwater and we're not able to get a clear look. So recommend asking the seller about more to get more information about that if you can. And if it is the yard trap, recommend having that yard trap be made accessible, and then the line from the yard trap going to the city main be inspected. That does complete the inspection. Thank you.